to Bone of My Bone, Marriage of the Heart. We are your hosts. I am Katina Robinson.
And I'm Ronnie Robbins.
And let us tell you a little bit about Bone of My Bone, Marriage of the Heart, and where it comes from, which is Genesis chapter 2, verse 24 and 25.
And Adam said,
now 23 and 24.
And Adam said, this is bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman because she was taken out of man. Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother and cleave unto his wife, and they shall be one flesh.
Hello, one flesh. Yes, that's what we are, baby. One flesh, one flesh, one flesh.
You're excited tonight. Y'all, she's excited. I like
turned
that.
Up.
I like it.
And the second half of Bone of My Bone, Marriage of the Heart comes from Matthew 6 and 21, which says, for where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.
My heart. She's in my heart. Yes, she's in my treasure box. That's right. My baby is in there. Every time I look in there, I get to see this. And I really, really, really love you, Lord, for sending her down to me.
Oh, thank you, baby. Thank you.
Yes.
And the purpose of Bone of My Bone, Marriage of the Heart is to remember, to encourage couples to remember love is worth fighting for. Yes.
Baby, I gotta teach you. You gotta come straight out with the elbow. No, oh. That's why I don't want to tease you. This lady got big hands.
All right,
but it's all good.
It is all good. So if you have not shared the video, go ahead and share it as we get ready to talk about marriage in the mirror.
Oh my goodness, y'all. Marriage in the mirror. I'm going to let my wife start off. Do you want to start off, baby?
You can start, baby.
Okay, well, I'm going to start off talking about marriage in the mirror. Man, think about it, guys. I want to speak to the guys on this. I always talk on the show about if you're taking care of your wife the way she needs to be taken care of, and God said if you take care of your wife, you're truly taking care of yourself, man. So when you looking in the mirror, when you and your wife together is looking in the mirror together, what do you see? Do you see something that you have brutal, torn down, talked about, cursed out, called names, and you can see it in the mirror? Something is wrong with that. Something is wrong with that. Because what you're looking at is you. And you can change you in a matter of time. So, on the flip side of that, men, do you see your wife and you're both looking in the mirror and you see a beautiful lady that you know, wow, look at that beautiful hair that if she wanted to go fix, she could go do that. Look at that beautiful face. If she got a little makeup on or not, it doesn't matter. She's beautiful. No scars. And the only thing you see in that mirror is smiles. You're doing something right. Because your marriage is all about the marriage in the mirror. When you're looking at yourself, how well is you taking care of one another? How many years you want to spend together? You can look back and you can say, baby, look at this picture here. And look at this picture here. But growing together and seeing each other change over the years. Your marriage in the mirror. I want every time I look in the mirror with my wife and I can see her, she's gonna always be beautiful to me. Because I'm gonna see the revolving that time and all of that. But one thing this man, and I ask every man out there not to do, not to scar that marriage in the mirror. Let her stay beautiful. Treat her the best you can. And don't let nobody derail you from that. Because this may sound like a possession thing, but with me, my wife know I don't mean it in that way. but she's yours. So if you looking in the mirror with her, you want to see beauty. You want to see beauty. And if you see beauty, that makes you handsome. That makes you the king that you would send her to be. So when the Lord dropped this topic on me, I just smile because I know when I look in the mirror with my wife, I see beauty. I see what I'm taking care of. I see that I'm being a great farmer. I see that I'm taking and pruning and shaping the things that about her that hey, if she want it, she's got it. And it ain't got to be about money, ain't got to be material thing. It's just the love that you show her. It's just the love that you lay out. See, I don't mind telling my age because I got more spunk than my age say. Yes, I'm 56, so I don't have to fake or be any kind of way anymore in my lifetime. So I know this lady beside me, when we look in the mirror and put our marriage in the mirror to look at each other and say, where are we going and how much are we going to care for each other? When I look across there and I see her in that mirror, it makes me so proud through Jesus Christ that he sent such a beautiful woman, that I had an opportunity and I got an opportunity and going to have a long longevity life with this lady in this mirror. I'm going to take care of this mirror. And now I got to put another little spin on this thing and talking about marriage in the mirror. Oh, they got something called Windex. Oh, when I shoot, and I get that pop, that paper off, and I rub it down and make that mirror real pretty. And then I put her back in this marriage in the mirror. Oh, it just illuminates what God has blessed me with. So this marriage in the mirror, take care of that lady you see in that mirror. Take care of her the best you can. And don't let nobody derail you from that. Because this is the most precious thing that God can give you on the planet. And this is why. Can't no dog, can't no horse, can't no bird, can't no fish, can't no elephant, gorilla, none of them can say in human being words that I love you. So that's why I want that lady in the mirror to stay beautiful and stay glorious, stay radiant, stay the best that she can be. Y'all don't understand. This marriage in the mirror is going to stay beautiful because I have the opportunity and the will of God to be the best husband I possibly can be. So when this marriage look in the mirror, I see beauty. I see beauty. I see beauty every day. Every day.
Amen. So let's talk about marriage in the mirror from the angle of couples or married people looking at other people marriages and desiring what they have, or even some lusting after what you see someone else have. If you're watching social media, if you're watching a particular marriage on social media, of course you're going to see all the good things. You don't see the behind the scenes, the ups, the downs, the bad, the ugly, all of that. But if you're just glamorizing, or like I said, just idolizing others' marriage, if you are married, what is keeping your marriage from being like theirs? You have to put in the work. And so that's the thing. You have to always look at the marriage in the mirror, the marriage that you're in. Look in that mirror and see what your marriage look like, and stop idolizing and wanting what you see someone else have, and start working on yours, because there's nothing that you see in another marriage that you can't have. It's about putting in the work. It's about coming together and agreeing to say, okay, we need to change this, or we need to do this different, or this not working, so let's try another route. It's all about communication and working together. So don't waste your time, your energy, your feelings looking at other people's marriages and wanting what they have, when you have the opportunity to make those changes in your own marriage and make it be better than what it is. It's time out for marriages just existing. If your marriage is just existing, it's your fault. It's the husband and the wife's fault if it's just existing, because we're not supposed to, as married couples, we're not supposed to just be existing. We're supposed to be living and doing life on purpose, being about God's business on purpose together.
Amen.
We're not supposed to be fighting each other. We're supposed to be fighting together, coming together as a team and fighting this thing we call life. This world is so much going on in this world. We know that it is more evil than it ever have been, and now is the time, if never before, for husband and wife to get closer, have game plans, figure out like what's the next step we need to do in life, like dealing with all the COVID issues and just so much going on in the world. You should be coming together and having a game plan for your marriage. You should be writing a vision for your marriage. Like every couple should have a vision for their marriage, and also an individual visions that they write, because even when you are married, you're still an individual, and you still have to seek God for what it is that your calling and your purpose is. But then your marriage should also have a purpose, and you should be thriving in that, not just surviving. You should be thriving and being a blessing, being that light God has called us to be. You should be the couple that other people look at and say, if that's what marriage looks like, I want that. You shouldn't be that couple that people are looking at and saying, oh, that's what marriage is, I don't want no part of it. And so we have to be so mindful not to, because we get that all the time. People tell us, I want marriage like y'all's. I want to be just like y'all when y'all grow up. You don't know the shoes we traveled in to get where we are, and the things we've been through to get where we are. That's our story. That's our testimony. So the path we've taken is not your path. So you looking at us saying you want to be like us or do this like us. Mirror. Exactly. Is not the purpose and the path that God has for your marriage. Yes, you can look and glean from it and get tips and things that could help and make your marriage better. But you don't ever want to look at another person's marriage and say, okay, I wish why my marriage ain't like that. Because you ain't putting in the work. It's up to you. So think about the marriages in the mirror. What are you looking at every day? Your marriage. When you're looking in the mirror, or is it something that you're proud of, that you are like, oh my God, I'm so glad I married this person, and look how far we've come? Or are you looking at your marriage in a way like disgust?
Wow. Michael Jackson had a song, "Man in the Mirror," right, or something like that. Yeah. But see, the thing about it, when you're looking at your marriage in the mirror, you can change some things. But you got to get the heart posture. You got to get that you got to decree that. Look, we made a start off on rough things, rough grounds, and looking in the mirror. But now I'm willing to change. And so when we get it together and start shaving off all the weights of things of life that you've been through, then you look at each other and start working on each other. Start thinking about the things that can change each other. And then when you come back to that mirror and you start seeing changes, you start seeing smiles. You start seeing, some dimples that you didn't see because you have been such in a down moment in your marriage. But you can come out. You can come out and you can start looking at the things that you can change. And you can do that in your marriage. You have plenty of ideas. You just got to bring them up. Just for example, take your wife out on a picnic, or else, uh, or else just sit and watch a movie together.
Mm-hmm.
You know, do things that you can start seeing the smiles again.
Mm-hmm.
When
Put
you
the effort in.
right, when you come back to that mirror, you start saying different things. You first of all, you start being enthusiastic. You know, sometimes you get dressed up. Look in the mirror. Look at both of you. Man, if you're beginning to get it right, she's going to be beautiful and smiling and getting herself together to be with you. And that's what it's all about.
Mm-hmm. Make time for each other.
And right now, we are in shambles with the marriage mentality. You got so many, and young people, I love the young people. I want to see them gleam off us. I want to gleam off them. And the thing about it is, they are, marriage to them is just, now, we can cohabitate. We can just do it that way and still care about each other and this and that, but it's not supposed to be done that way.
Mm-hmm.
There's a process that you go through. You go through the dating, you go through the engagement, then you get married. But through those things, you got counseling and all type of things to get you prepared to every time you look in that mirror, put that marriage in the mirror. Both of you are really radiant. Both of you are doing the things that's necessary to keep a happy, fluent, and radiant marriage going on. And it takes work. It takes work, and it takes um, being in the right circle of people that's talking about being happy, talking about doing the things they necessary to be with their wife or be with their husband. Going on trips, doing things together. Yes. That's what it's all about. And I know it may be cliches, and we just continue to talk about love, 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 love. But I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something. Love is why I'm looking at you and you looking at me. That's love. Everything that we do is dealing with love. I don't care what background you come from. The Lord says it's going to be poor and the rich the day He come back. It's going to be everyday life clicking, going on, doing His thing. So why not be happy? Why not be enjoying your marriage that you have God allowed you to get to and giving you the grace to get married? Enjoy it. Exactly. Enjoy it to the fullest.
Exactly, because there are so many people, again, looking at your marriage and wishing they were married, right. And that's then there's people that's married that just going through the motion and just taking it for granted. Mm-hmm. So that's one of the things we have to work so hard on. Every marriage has its, ups and downs. You're going to have challenges. It may be specifically in your marriage. It may be dealing with finance. It may be the children. It may be you have to walk through some sickness, with your spouse or whatever. So every marriage is going to have its different challenges and situations that come up. But you have to choose to work them out together, and you have to choose to put effort into it, because it just like we've said before, marriage is like a garden. If you don't take care of that garden,
come on,
the weeds just grow up, and that garden dies. Yeah, marriage is the same way. It chokes out. Marriage is the same way. If you do not water it and do the things to keep it exciting and take each other out on a date, and spend time, like when you're in the presence of your spouse, they should never feel like you're just tolerating them.
Wow.
You should never be in a marriage where you're just tolerating each other. Like, you should enjoy coming home to your spouse. Amen. Husband coming home to wife, wife coming home to husband. We should look forward to that.
I can't wait to get home to her.
And I can't wait for you to get here, baby.
Amen.
And so that should, and we're not just saying that, we mean, like, literally, I look forward to my husband walking through the door every day. And so that's the thing. You have to put the effort in. Yes, we've been married over 18 years, going on our 19th year now. We could easily just let the flames go out. We could easily just become bored with each other. No, we choose to keep being adventurous, figure out, like, okay, what we can do to make our marriage more exciting. What can we do different on our date nights that we haven't done? Where can we go that is something we both really, really enjoy and just would really enjoy, have fun doing it. And so You have to work at it. Nothing worth having is easy.
Come on.
If it's worth having, you're gonna have to put some work. That's just like starting your own business. That's just like, everyone that wanted kids, all of us that wanted kids. You wanted them kids. You wanted them kids so bad. You wanted to get pregnant so bad. You wanted to have a baby so bad. When they come here, and all that crying, all them dirty diapers, that's a part of the process. And you want that baby so bad. So you work through all of those processes, every stage, from the keeping you up all night to the dirty diapers to to when they're toddlers, they're getting into everything. All of those stages is a part of you wanting that baby. And so because you wanted that baby so bad and God bless you to have that baby, then don't sit up and complain about the sleepless nights and the dirty diapers and the spitting up and all the stuff they get into. We can't do that, because that's part of the process. Marriage is the same way. It's a process. You're excited when you first get married. It's the honeymoon stage, and everything is cute and funny. Just like when
It's
you
still that
date.
way with us,
It
baby.
is, but a lot of people let that die. They get bored with each other. They get complacent where you're doing the same thing every day. Both of y'all going to work. Both of you coming home. Both of you tired. You're not making any time for each other. You're not going above and beyond for your spouse. Like a woman need to know that she's being pursued. Even after you married, even after you put a ring on
That's
it,
good,
a
baby.
woman wants to be pursued.
You hear that, guys?
And then, far as a man wants to know that he's appreciated, that you can give him affirmations, that you can give him, give him his props. Let him know everything that he's doing right. So, women, we tend to harp on the negative. We tend to want to fuss and gripe about every little thing you're doing wrong. No, spend as much time in a day telling him what he's doing right, opposed to everything he's doing wrong. And I'm guilty. I have to catch myself with that. I'll sometimes be harping on something my husband did wrong or
You
forgot.
can be small too, y'all.
And then I have to catch myself and I'll be like, no, he don't need to hear that. He don't work hard all day, dealing with all of these people on a job or whatever. The last thing he needs to do is come home to me and I'm down his throat about what he did or what he forgot or what he didn't do or whatever. So we have to, hey, Chandrea. So we have to be mindful of those things and we have to work at it. You can't get complacent in your marriage. You can't, though it's going to die. Like literally, like is next thing you know, next thing you know, somebody gonna be asking for a divorce.
And we don't want that. And love is worth fighting for. So forget about that. Forget about that. But I want to throw another flip on that. Check this out. After going through pregnancy and having a baby and all that, let me tell you something, guys. To me, I guess I'm on the guys tonight. When you put your marriage in the mirror after your wife been through that, gave birth to your children and everything, when you put your marriage in the mirror, she don't need to see stress from you along with that. Because I'm gonna tell you something. I realize my wife is doing a lot of work. When we was raising the kids and I'm at work, some days work was nice and cool and breezy. But at home, she was going through because she dealing with the kids and everything. I didn't need to bring no more stress to the house. When I after seeing my wife going through the day of knowing that she's going through the day taking care of children and now the grandbaby, check it out. I don't need to bring no more stress here. When we look in the mirror, I want to still see her smiling. I don't want to see the wrinkles that's gonna start developing of all of the strain, stress and worries and all. Nah, I don't want that. So when we look in the mirror, I still want to see what I married, and I still see that. But I'm gonna tell you, it takes work. It takes being a liberal person for his weights of everything. No, Everything is equal. 100. I give 100. If my wife can't sweep the floor, I'll sweep the floor. If she can't wash the dishes, I got the dishes. So it's things that if okay, let me. I got to throw this in. If she can't mop the floor, guess who? I'll mop the floor. So the bottom line is, when we put our marriage in the mirror, when we look at each other in the mirror, what do we see?
Mm.
Is she looking at a man that she is proud of, the reflection of a man that she's proud of? Or else is he looking at a woman that he is so just overwhelmed in love with her because of the work he have put in being a man of the home and taking stress and getting the things that she like and keeping her happy? That's all part of the marriage.
Mm-hmm.
So when we put our marriage in the mirror, Mr. Robinson is happy. Super, super happy because God have given me the ability to be the best I can to one lady on this planet. And that's this one sitting to my left, to your right. So when we look in the mirror, I have to say, what do you see? What do you see? Is it something that you don't like, or is something that you're gonna embrace? And the reflection, the mirror don't lie. The mirror don't lie. Well, what you see is what you get. You can make it you can make it better or you can make it worse. We say make it better by being on one accord, communicating, giving 100 both sides, not 50-50, but 100 on both sides, and making sure that your mirror is shine and clean, where you can clearly see what God has truly blessed, and that's your marriage. And that's what my wife and I we adamant that first of all we're gonna have a long longevity life together, and we're gonna be example for the generations to come behind us that it's got to deal with a whole new level of life and new life. That's the new word, new life, a new way thing to do it. You know, with COVID and masks on your face and all through the rest of the decades to come, they got to learn still that marriages are very important behind the mask. So so I say this since we talked about the mask, take it off and look at yourself in the mirror. Don't let that mask be a part of your reflection, because it could be hiding something from your spouse. Oh, that's I don't know where I got that from, but I'm telling you, take that mask off and look at each other, because I'm telling you, what you see on the other side in that mirror, that's what you ask for. So make the best of it. Be the best and be the best reflection. Now, let me put it to you, let that reflection be the best of you. Not the best of you, but a reflection of you, but good and straight. And man, yeah, you get abused too. You got women that think they can throw their hands and do everything too. So I'm talking to both. You want to look great. And the only way to do that is to take care of each other. Take care of each other. Take care of each other to the fullest. When you're down, lift your spouse up.
Oh yeah.
Whether you're the man or the woman, lift each other up at all times. This person here is on my team.
Exactly.
On my team. We ride or die together. This lady is on my team. And so why not be the best I can to her? Be the best teammate.
Because we're not in competition.
No.
We're complimenting.
Yes, that's right, baby. We got to be that way to each other. So share the video now, y'all.
Yes.
We talking about marriage in the mirror.
Yes.
And I want to give a shout out to OPNS 97.1. Yes. You can hear Bone of My Bone, Marriage of the Heart on Saturdays at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on OPNS 97.1. Yes. Where we grow.
Here we grow.
Here we grow. Here we grow.
Yeah.
So anyway, getting back. Go ahead. You got something to say? Something?
And so, yeah, talking about marriage in the mirror, the thing of it is, as female, let me talk to the females for a minute. When you're looking in the mirror, if you don't like what you see, do me a favor. Do me a favor, do yourself a favor, do your marriage a favor. Share that with your spouse. Like if there's something about you when you look in the mirror that you don't like, be open and honest with your spouse and share that. Like, for instance, hey, when I gain weight, I can always tell it in my face and I get a double chin. And I tell my husband, I said, baby, I lose some weight because I don't like having this double chin. I've lost weight now, of course, so it's kind of gone away. But things like that, and so if there's something about you that you don't, a matter of fact, when being transparent, when me and my husband first got married, I was always self-conscious because I never been, big up here. And so that was something that I was not really self-conscious about, but just wasn't really as happy with myself about it. But I shared that with my husband, and by the time he finished telling me about my goodness, my whole concept of that changed because I was open enough to share with him how I felt about it. He let me know how he felt about it, and that encouraged me. And so I'm like, hey, as long as he happy, that's all that matters. It don't matter what nobody think. Happy. And so sometimes it takes us being transparent to our spouse and sharing what we don't like about each other or what's, if we feeling some kind of way about ourselves, share it with your spouse. And that way they supposed to be your teammate, that y'all come together and figure out like, okay, what do we need? What is it that I can do different to make you feel better about that? What is it, that I can help to make you feel better about that? Or what can we do to change that? Like, for instance, I got a double chin. I know what I need to do. Lose some weight. Lose that double chin. And so some things is going to be something that person has to do, but he can coach me along. Like my husband is good at working out. I'm good at eating right, and sticking to a specific eating plan and things, because we don't believe in diets. We believe in changing, and we believe in a lifestyle. So when you're gonna eat right, it's a lifestyle change, not a diet. So I'm good at that. But when it comes to working out, that ain't my thing, and vice versa. He's really good at working out and exercising, and I have to stay on him about the eating right. So we complement each other because I can help him with the stand to the lifestyle change, eating right, eating plan, and then he can help me with the exercise. But if we didn't share that with each other, he wouldn't know my strength, I wouldn't know his strength, and neither one of us could help each other. So it's all about communicating and helping each other where they are, helping your spouse where they are. So like, um, my husband is a very, very people person. Like, I don't care where we are, he gonna start a conversation. I'm more standoffish and observant. I'll talk to people, but he's first to do that. And so I learned from him because of his ways of, communicating with people. And he learned from me by sometimes like being more observant instead of just diving in. So again, had we not shared those things about ourselves with each other, then we couldn't compliment each other because we wouldn't know what was going on with the other one and why they act like this or why they do that if you don't talk about it. So it all boils down to communication. You have to communicate with the person that you choose to let put a ring on it. If you chose that person, it was something about that person that you love, that you felt like, okay, I can do life with this person. So why are you stopping doing life with this person? You made a vow to do life with whoever you married. What is it that's making you say, I don't want to do life with them anymore? A lot of, marriages do that. And you have to just stop, reevaluate, figure out a game plan, and go forward. And you can make your marriage prosperous.
And that's good, baby. And on that reevaluating, the thing is, I think and you said it, what make you not want to do life with each other again? When you start letting the outside influence, that outside circle, start showing you things and talking about things, and it may not be going on at home in those particular, aspects of life, and it start getting to you. So you start letting it pick with your mind on whether shall I do life with this person? Did I choose the wrong person, or what do I really know this person? Did I marry for the right thing? Well, the bottom line is you fell in love at one time, and at one time it got to another stage, and the next stage got you saying I do. But I said that to say this: get your wife, get your husband. I challenge y'all. This is a challenge. Whoever listen tonight, or whoever see this video, get your wife or get your husband. Get to the mirror and look at the mirror and look what's in front of you. The challenge is whatever you see, enhance it. And the only way to enhance it is to love it. And when you love it, you start sharpening each other on if you do this, sweetie, that would be better. Baby, if you try this, that would be better. Start putting both of those brains together and come together on one accord. I guarantee you, things would change for the better. So I challenge every couple out there to get your spouse and y'all go to the mirror and take a look what's on the other side. Take a look at yourself first and what you can do to make you better. And then after you do that, look at your spouse. And if it's something that you need to change, you tell your spouse right then. You see that? I'm going to change that. I'm going to change that. I'm going to change that attitude. You see that person there, baby? I'm going to change that attitude. I'm going to change the way I think about you. I'm going to change that person the next time we come to the mirror with our marriage. That person you see in that reflection right there, you're going to love what you see on that side. Because you know this side standing beside you is changing what you see in the mirror. So I challenge every couple that see this video to get your spouse, get in the mirror, and look at what you have. And I know there's couples out there that is going through issues of fighting verbally, pulling each other down, hurting each other with words, some physical, some with adultery. Yes, I can go on, etc. I can go on and on, but I don't want to do that. I want to tell you, get your spouse. Going through all what you're going through, get your spouse. Be bold in Christ and look at each other and see what you can change. See what you can change on that reflection of yourself. See that you can be somebody bigger than what you see. So I challenge you. If you hear this video, share this video. I challenge any couple to get each other in front of the mirror. Put your marriage in the mirror. Somebody need to write a song about that. Something serious, baby. That I'm so proud. Now, I'm gonna take a minute to talk to my wife. I want to say to you, baby, I thank God for being able to stand in front of the mirror and see such a beautiful woman. But that's just the surface. I mean, on the inside, you are explosion of like the universe with constant activity going on, constant revolving, and that is what God has blessed me with in you. And I'm proud. And in my mirror, That's why I keep it shining, because I want to get the full dose of what you look like every time we go to the mirror together. I want to get the clear vision of who you are, and not just the outside. Like I say, it's just the surface of how good you are to me. First of all, to God and me, and so I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
And baby, when I look in the mirror and just look at you and just like I said, look forward to you walking in the door in the evening. Cause I mean, you just always put a smile on my face. You always put me first. You're always thinking about my needs versus your own needs. And you're so not selfish. You're so attentive to everyone else. And that's when I have to step up my game and make sure you're taken care of because I know you're going to take care of me. And I love you for that. Melvin said, "This is something serious." So true.
It is, yes, brother.
It is. And serious. So we were talking about looking in the mirror. My husband put out the challenge for every couple to do. And so along with that challenge, I challenge every individual, especially us women. Like I said, we can be so particular about always putting out what's wrong with our spouse. You know, we can be so hard on our spouse to point out everything that they're doing wrong. This, and that, nagging and it says in the Bible it's better to be on a rooftop than in a house with a nagging woman. So we don't want to do that. But I challenge you to always, you know, give your spouse the good things about them. I know it's easy. It's so easy to point out the negative. It's so easy to cut them down, tear them down, whatever they're not doing right. That they can go for a husband or wife. But challenge yourself to say, you know what? I'm not going to point out nothing else my husband is doing wrong or my wife is doing wrong. What I'm going to do is focus on what they're doing right and praise that. Because that would change their whole attitude. That would change their whole mindset. They will feel so much love and appreciated that I promise you, there's nothing that they won't do for you because you just gave them their affirmation. You just told them how much you love them. You appreciate the things that they do. So that makes them know that they're doing something right. We all can point out what a person is doing wrong, but tell me what I'm doing right. We even teach that with our children, that a child don't never want to just hear and get in trouble all the time for everything that they do wrong. They want to know what they're doing right. And when you praise them for the things that they're doing right, guess what? They strive to do more things right so they can get the praise. Same thing in a marriage. Same thing in a marriage. We have to focus on praising our partners, our spouses for what they do right and not what they do wrong. Like I said, it is enough going on in the world. And when you just think about when your spouse is out on that job, you fighting all kinds of demons out there.
Daily.
The people, I'm not calling the people demons. I'm saying they let the devil use them. That's the way I'm going to say that. But think about if your spouse is fighting all of that all day long, fighting traffic, fighting when you go in the grocery stores or whatever it may be, out there in the world, they're doing that. You want to come to a home of peace. You want to come to be with your spouse and feel the love. You don't want the griping. You don't want some more fighting. So let's take on that challenge to look at the marriage in the mirror.
Yes.
And do everything you can to perfect your marriage. Nobody is perfect. None of us are perfect. No marriage is perfect. But you can do everything in your power to perfect what you're doing, your shortcoming, so you can help your spouse want to be a better person and be a better person.
Yes.
Because it's so easy to point out what they're not doing right. So easy.
Share the video, y'all. Share the video. Marriage in the Mirror.
Yes.
I want to give shout out one more time to OPNS 97.1. Here we grow. We on Saturdays
Saturdays
at
at 11
11
a.m.
a.m.
Eastern Standard Time.
time. Yes.
So that would
So
be 10 Central, and all the rest of y'all fill out the other time zones. But yeah, so we're talking about marriage in the mirror, and as I was saying earlier, baby, it's so many times people are looking at other people's marriage. And yeah, we counsel so many couples. We talk to couples all the time.
on the
We're
go.
counseling.
Listen, tell them, baby, on the go. It's like
Yes,
God, like every time we
that's
go
our
somewhere.
assignment. So
Yes,
it follows us everywhere.
yes.
And so we find out. So we're not just talking about what we think we know, we're talking about what we hear.
Mm-hmm.
And what we hear a lot of time is people saying how they want a marriage like ours, or they're griping and complaining about everything wrong in their marriage.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, stop looking at other people's marriage and figure out a way to make your marriage great.
Spend your time on yours.
Exactly. Instead of talking about the negatives, figure out, write a vision, what can be changed that'll make your marriage great. Because if you went through the process of doing vows and marrying that person, there was something in that person that you absolutely love. You absolutely thought you could do life with them the rest of your life. And so if you did that, if you made those vows, if you fell in love with that person, it's up to you to reignite that. Reignite it. If it was there at first, it you just kind of let it fall by the wayside. It's not gone. It's still there. You just got to pick it up and figure out how to make it
You know,
ignited.
one thing, baby, I think is one of the things that I can say that just fell on me to say this. Quit taking each other for granted.
Oh yeah,
When you put
that's
your
true.
marriage in the mirror, when you look at yourself in the mirror, marriage in the mirror, don't take that person, that reflection for granted.
That's true.
Don't do that. This is the person beside you. Lift them up. Keep them lifted up. Keep them and keep them. Hey, even when they down, you have to encourage them.
Mm-hmm.
But try to see the best. There's one thing about this lady here. When I met her, I saw so much potential in her.
Mm-hmm.
And guys, if you see potential in your wife, encourage that. Encourage that. Don't run from that. Don't run from that independency. Yes, whatever she got in her, it may be something that would bring out something. Don't be afraid of. Now, when it independency, woman, don't be afraid of that. Embrace that. Whatever you see good
It's
in her,
yours.
that's right. Get it, bring it out. I mean, even if you have to, if she got a nursing skills in her mind, hey, send her to school. Give her the dough to go. You know, that's what I'm talking about. When you put your marriage in the mirror, look at what you got. Cause what you got is a lot. You just got to, like my wife said earlier in the show, you got to be a great farmer. And my daddy had a farm, and I knew exactly what to do. I knew that it was time to go out and prune and rake those roads out, make sure that grass don't grow in it, where the plants can breathe and the earth can breathe and the seed can breathe. Make sure that things are picked at the right time and not too soon and not too late. All that. Those are the things that you're looking at when you got your marriage in the mirror. You looking at the farm. You looking at what you have and how you can enhance that farm. And I just have to say, baby, I am I am adamant when I'm out on the job and this and I get to run into people and I get that window to go in. I'm an ambassador. I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna go in with royalty and boldness to talk to you, to get you to see that you whatever whoever you are, and we can talk about the singles too. If you're single, look in the mirror. Do you first. Do the things that need to shape you and mold you and get you right and prepared for that lady. That when you find her, you be the man you need to be to take care of her like a farmer should. And ladies, right, right, yeah. You tell the women,
and the women,
tell them.
you prepare yourself for a wife. If you want to be a wife, you have to prepare. You can't just dive into it because we're a woman first. But you have to be taught to be a wife. You have to learn to be a wife. You have to practice being a wife before you're a wife. Because if you don't, then when you become a wife, you're lost. You feel like, okay, I was an individual doing my own thing. Now came together with this person, and I don't know if I can make this work. You got to start practicing. You got to realize it's not 50-50. It's 100%, 100%. And it's a lot of compromising. When you come together as two people that comes from two totally different backgrounds, two totally different teachings and all of that, two totally different lifestyles, then you come together, you got to realize there's going to be some compromising. You have to. You can't have it your way. If you want everything your way, don't get married, because that don't work. You're going to have to go along, and it's some things he's going to want to do and you may not want to do them, but long as it ain't, nothing craziness, then you go alone and you do them out of support of your husband. Like, just an example, my husband loves sports. I'm not a sports fan at all. Could care less about some sports.
Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Because he loves it, I support it. I'll go to live games. I'm not gonna sit and watch it on TV all night or whatever. I can do something else while he's doing that, but I will go to live games and support him because that's something he really loves. And even though I don't care for it, I want to be with my husband. I want to support his hobbies just like he supports mine. And so we compromise. You have to compromise.
I just give me 1 minute, baby, talk to the guys. And see, this is where y'all, the marriage in the mirror, when it comes to the guys, I'm telling you, pride will mess you up.
Yes.
See, the bottom line is, I know I'm a man over my house. I ain't got to go out and tell another man and show another man I'm a man of my house. I ain't got to do that.
That's right.
And see, pride is going to break it up and crumble it up. So when you got that marriage in the mirror, make sure you check that reflection. You check that man in the mirror. Make sure that what you got beside you, yes, she's got a pass for everything she wants. She got a pass because it ain't nothing it ain't nothing she can do except one thing, have a baby. You can't do that. You can't do none of that. So don't even think about that. But I'm just saying, it's so many things a lady can do that you can say, hey, let's do it, baby. It ain't gonna hurt me. It ain't gonna do nothing. But if you got that pride in, why you want to do that? Why? Drop it. Drop it. Drop it, because you truly ain't trying to help the marriage in the mirror.
Yes. And so I pray that what we've talked about tonight has been a blessing to you. You have enjoyed it. And if you have enjoyed it, if you learned from it, go ahead and share the video. We're going to spend the next few minutes talking about our retreat that is coming up. The B.O.M.B marriage retreat. That's bone of my bone, marriage of the heart.
I want to talk to Melvin. I wish you all could be there. The next one we have, I hope we close to the A. To you all can come to the next one, but I don't know. Man, I'm telling you, it's just gonna be something to talk about it. Baby,
talk about it. So it is September the 10th through the 12th. We're 2 weeks away. We're so excited, you guys. Oh my God, we are so excited about this marriage retreat. We're 2 weeks away from it, and so we have 2 slots left. 2 slots, and we're full.
2.
And so you still have a little time to get in there if you go and sign up. And once you sign up, and I'll post the link as I always do. But let me just tell you a little bit about what's going to take place at the retreat. First of all, it is $300 per couple. That's per couple, not per person.
Per, not split.
That's together. And that's going to get you 2 nights stay at a resort. The cabin style resort. It is so nice. It's so romantic and cozy, and just, it's going to be so good. And on top of that, while you're there, you won't have to leave. It starts Friday. It ends Sunday. You won't even have to leave the grounds. Everything you need will be right there. All you got to do is get there.
On it.
And so it's going to be catered. We're going to have catered chef for Friday. And yes, and Saturday night we're having a gala where we're going to dress up, and at the end of the gala we're going to renew our vows. And so that's just a few of the things that I can tell you. The rest of it, you got to show up to be there. But I promise you, you do not want to miss this retreat. If it's any way possible that you can sign up and then get there, you want to be there, because I'm telling you right now, God has us doing things with the couples even before the retreat starts. So, like, it has already started. We're doing something with the couples daily right now. And like I said, if you're not a part, you're not entitled to all that information. So just know, if you sign up, you still got time.
Two slots, y'all.
It's 2 slots.
We need 2 people. We need 2 couples to come on. Feel this.
Sign up.
12 tribe retreat.
Yes, and we're so excited, and we're constantly talking to the resort, and they got everything that we've requested ready, and we got to do is show up, and it is gonna be amazing, you guys.
You know, amazing thing about it though, baby, we already been on the ground.
Yes, we went prayed over the grounds.
We have let God know, this is your ground. This is holy ground. Come on in, show up and show out, and just dispatch the angels and set them in place, have them ready, you know, to just go in and do the things we asked them to do.
Yes. And so you don't want to miss it. So go ahead and sign up. I will post the link again, like I always do, and just click on it, and it'll take you to Eventbrite, and then that sounds amazing. I wish we could be there. I wish you could too, Tammy. It's not too late.
It's
just sign up.
Yes.
And so just sign up on the Eventbrite link, and then it will send it to our email, and then we will send you an invoice, because right now, you know, we don't want you to pay on Eventbrite because they charge extra fees that we don't want y'all to have to pay. So we're doing it this way really to save money for you guys, so you don't have to pay all those extra fees. So you sign up on Eventbrite, we send you the invoice, you pay the invoice, you show up, everything is going to be laid out and ready for you, and it's that simple. And I promise you, you don't want to miss it. The couples that's coming are amazing, and we're all going to impart into each other. It's not like, even though we're hosting it, it's not about us. It's all about what God is doing. He the one called it. He the one gave us the instructions on where to have it, how many people could be there, and all of that. So this is a God thing. It's not about us.
And also, if listen, the last 2 couples, if you hear the video, you got time to make to get signed up and everything. And if you have to break the payment up, you got a small window to pay one half. What day probably would be?
That's you putting it out there, baby. But my husband, I'm putting it out there. So I would just say inbox us. If it's a financial challenge, please just inbox us. We work with other couples. We're not like trying to set this where it's undoable. You know, we set the price. God gave us what to give, and that's not even paying for the hotel, really, you guys. That's still coming out of our pocket. $300 is not enough to pay for a 2-night resort. Not married, but been married twice. Where do I go from here? Oh, we have to get with you one-on-one, brother. Yes, Melvin. No. And so if it's a financial reason that you're not signing up, please reach out to us. We still have a little time that we can kind of work with you. But if you're not reaching out to us, we don't know what's going on, why you're not signed up or anything. We had a few that signed up and then didn't follow through. So that's the only reason them 2 slots are open, you know. And then someone had some challenges in their family that they had to bag out. So that's the only reason there's 2 slots open. So I feel like if the slots are open, God did it for a reason. He know who's supposed to be there. So I'm telling you, if you want to be there, sign up. If it's something going on, just inbox me. Let us know what's going on, and maybe we can help. But you have to reach out to us.
Yes.
But that's it. That's all we have for tonight. I'm going to share the Eventbrite right now on my page, as I always do.
If you want to sponsor someone, Do that. You can sponsor someone.
Exactly. So, if you're not married, you want a seed into marriage because that's
right.
what you want. That's what you do. You put a seed in the ground. Even if you don't pay the whole amount, if you just want to say, look, I want a seed into another marriage couple because I desire to be married and I'm planting my seed, do that. You don't have to pay the whole amount. You just give what you can and we'll make sure a couple get blessed with that. Yes. You know, and so it's about seeding, you know, seeding into what you want in your future.
All right. You have been, come on, that's my baby part. I like to hear her say.
All right, I'm finna share the Eventbrite. I'm finna share the link where you can sign up right after we get off of here. And so just know we love you guys. We appreciate you coming and hanging out with us. And we appreciate, what's the information again? For the retreat, I'm finna post it in just a few. We love you guys. We appreciate you guys. And just know you have been tuned into
Bone of My Bone, Marriage of the Heart.
We love you guys.
Love
Good
you.
night.
See you next week.
Good night, Instagram. Good night, Facebook, YouTube, and all the other platforms we're on.
Yes.
We love y'all. Good night.